So if those of you who have done it before, you can press the new scan here, but for you Term 3 people, you don't need that. So you have your sequence, your scouts here. Before adding your sequences, just run your scouts. Scouts or localizer are low quality images that you get at first, so you can plan your sequences off of them. Now you go add all sequences, module specific library, whatever sequence you have here, select them and add Term 3, add with position. The rest of you add without position. So if I want to do it for you guys, since this is the first time you're going to see this, I'm going to do it with position. So you close this. You're going to bring all your 3 scouts up. Grab from the number here and put it on each cell here. Then you got to scroll through your images and find a good image in each plane. A good image would be usually the middle slice. So in here it says 26 slices total. So 13, 14, 15, that area would be a good image. I like to see the ventricle, so for me, number 15, slice number 15 is a good one on axial. And then also you have to know your planes. This is axial plane. Now this one, what is this one? Term 3, what is this one?
Sagittal.
Sagittal, yes. So a good image on sagittal would be slice number 13, because I want to see this guy right here, which is called the thalamus. That's where you want to center your slices on. Okay, so the thalamus here. In number 12 or number 14, you can't see it. You gotta be on number 13. And what is this plane? Jewel?
That is the
Coronal, yes, that's the coronal. And this would be your good image on the coronal. These 2 lines are your guidelines. Whenever you're scrolling through one plane, these lines are moving on the other 2, and it shows you where you are. Okay, so far it's good. Any questions? Okay, so now the first sequence that you're gonna run for your brain is the sagittal. Whatever sequence that you wanna run first, you gotta bring it up. So grab it, bring it to the first line, like this. Okay? Sagittal first. Open the sequence, double click, open it. This is what you're gonna see. Yeah. So for term 3, you gotta work with position, means everything is already planned for you. For next term, these are all gone and you have to do everything from scratch. But for now, I'm gonna tell you what to do. So, first of all, we gotta pay attention to your FOV box. This box right here is your FOV box, field of view. If I'm running a sagittal sequence, which it says here, sagittal T1 TSC, my FOV box should be on my sagittal plane. This is the sagittal. The FOV box is on the sagittal. There is also another way to check that, which is down here, plane orientation, sag. do is to check your plane orientation and check down here. It should be the same as your sequence. Okay? Sagittal, sagittal. Next thing that you do, you gotta grab this field of view box by this circle, yellow circle here, and place it on the thalamus. So when you wanna do your workup sheets, you have to write some stuff down in there. Do you have your sheets with you? Vivian, do you have your workup sheet?
I don't actually.
Have you done it?
Yes, I just haven't printed it.
So you need to fill this out for each brain anatomy,
Yeah.
each anatomy that you do. I'm gonna explain you what you have to put in there.
Okay.
Okay? So it will help you.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. You have extra. Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
They're kind of.
thank you.
Prints out the whole.
Wait, wait,
See, I have one all.
Okay.
Later. I'll take some later.
This is the ones we learned. Yeah, so I have like a master sheet, and then I separate everything by week. You can manipulate it. And the thing for computer bus. In the first one.
Just leave the extra here and then if nobody wants it, Walker can collect it.
Thank you.
Thanks. I would
Okay.
recommend holding the sheets, apparently you have to turn those in at Q5. Yeah.
Yeah, keep the sheets that you fill out for next term, and then at the end of your study, end of the courses, you have to give them to the SNE. So keep them.
Okay.
Okay, so see the name, your name, study. For this one is the brain, and then the date. After that, you have patient positioning. So you have to open up this website, mrimaster.com, and every information that you need is in this website. Here in planning MRI, you find a anatomy that you are doing, which is brain for now. Open the brain, and then scroll down. In this section, positioning for MRI brain. The information is here. So patient positioning would be head first supine. Positioning would be head first, and orientation would be supine. It says here.
I'm gonna pull up an example for them for what their sheet looks like.
Alright, so coil selection, it's right here. It says position the head in the head coil, and the rest of it's nothing, so just head coil. This would be the coil you're gonna use for brain. Head coil. Good. And then we have protocols. You go back to your course med. you write down these three sequences that you have here. Sagittal T1 TSC, coronal T2 TSC, T2 axial stack flip. These are your protocols. Pass it to this one, the other guy to sign it.
Let's see what the sheet looks like. Sort of. Actually, I want to take a look.
Where is vascular neck going? Right, master.
The extension.
I'll be honest, I don't even like using that search bar. I just Google it, MRI Lab BRAIN. That's better.
Oh, that's how you do it?
That's how I do it because trying to scroll through that's my limit.
Vascular head or vascular neck?
That's my name.
Vascular neck? Oh, that's it, okay.
So if you want to take a look at how she looks like, yeah.
So it's easier to look up in the Google the body part that you want, and then write down MRI plan. If the first that pops up is MRI,
Perfect, okay.
whatever you want. But this is all they have.
Oh, it's MRA neck.
Yeah.
That's, okay, I was looking for vascular neck. Okay, thank you.
For vascular neck, are they looking for arteries or veins?
Arteries usually. Carotids.
Oh, makes sense.
For what?
Yeah, it's,
Carotids.
they're looking for carotid artery, yeah.
Okay. Any questions so far? So when I ask this question, I'm talking to Joel and Vivian because I'm telling this for you guys, okay? The rest of the class know this, so please answer me so I know that you understood. Okay, very good. So landmark. It says here that center the laser beam localizer over the glabella. This part is where they say about the landmark. So you have to write down glabella as your landmark. Okay, and then for an anatomic coverage, you gotta write down the whole brain. This is what we're covering for doing the brain. Okay, after you're done with this part, you have this part right here is for your localizer. You just keep it empty. Don't draw or write anything in here. Start from here. This is the first sequence that you're gonna run. So in first acquiring sequence, write down sagittal T1 TSC. For brain, we usually start with the sagittal. So yeah. Okay. So let's get back to coursework. So we check our plane orientation here. It should be sagittal, and then we grab our center slice here and place it on the thalamus on our sagittal. Then we gotta look for coverage. So we set in the coverage that it's gonna be the whole brain. So you have to cover the whole brain from each side, left, right, top, and bottom, okay? So now scroll through all your images in all three planes that you have to see that you're covering everything, the whole brain. So this one with 24 slices is covering the whole thing, the whole brain, but in my opinion, it's a little bit too tight. I like to add a couple more slices, one slice on each side. That way, you have a little bit of breathing room. On chrono, also check your axial. Now this looks good.
Sorry, it reminds me of a question. But how do you add to be wider?
So it says slices here.
Oh, slices.
At first it was 24. I went up to 26. And then if you need to move it, grab it by the circle right here and place it in the middle of the brain. Good? You're good? Okay. So, next part that you have to fill in, it says TR and TE and flip angle. How you find these things? In here, you go to the tab says sequence, and then you find your TR and TE. Write it down. And then for flip angle, always write 90. Doesn't matter what it says in here, you just say 90 in your paper.
That looks cool.
What's the flipping?
You're gonna learn that in physics.
You'll learn that next one.
Yeah, next turn.
It's not that bad.
Okay, good. So next one is slices. Go back to geometry. Your slices here, mine is 26. You write down yours. And then for thickness, you have slice thickness 5 millimeter here. Good. Slice acquisition and alignment. Okay, first before we move on to this part. So, Vivian, let's say this is the brain. If I want to do the sagittal cut, how am I cutting? This way? It's going to be this.
Oh, sagittal. Yes, this way.
Okay, so like this, and then the cuts are going to go left to right or right to left.
Left to right.
That doesn't matter.
It was like
Either one is fine.
It's not
Yeah.
left to right. It's here.
Just as long as you know that sagittal cut is like this, okay? And the axial, how do you cut for axial?
Axial is top, right, but it'll still be.
That would be sagittal. This is axial. This is gotta cut. Okay? So the way it goes is top to bottom. Or interior to inferior. Oh,
Superior.
superior to inferior. Okay? And then for coronal, any ideas how you cut?
I'll answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's anterior to posterior or front to back?
So this is how you cut. And then this is the way it goes. So front to back, anterior, posterior. Okay. Good? So look at this image here. This is how the cuts are. This is how sagittal cuts. This is the coronal. This is the transverse or axial. They should have told you this in your anatomy, but you have your anatomy this time, right?
What do you guys have for anatomy? Carlos?
Why?
Oh,
Kumar?
yes, it's Kumar and Carlos.
Can't say
You had
this.
Kumar?
Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
I got
Carlos
switched
is
to a
like
second.
drilled that into us.
But you-
Good.
He
Yes,
gets
Carlos.
I did
Thank
Dr.
you.
Muhammad. I got
Except he goes on
switched
tangents about like
Sorry.
diseases that we're never gonna touch. For like 30 minutes. He held us till 10. Until after a midterm because you get the feedback. We were like, yo man, we know you're smart, but like,
You don't need to tell us everything.
I know you're an MD, bro.
Kumar. And then I got Kumar and Muhammad.
Muhammad what?
But
He's new.
yeah,
He's
he's new.
new.
Wait for Q3?
For anatomy?
And he's now teaching pathology and everything. So
Is his last name Alvaj?
He's like young with glasses,
Okay.
right? He's young.
yeah, he's young. He's an emergency doctor.
Wait, is anything with Khan? Is he not teaching anymore?
Dr. Mira.
Oh, I guess he's not teaching anymore.
What?
Our class drove him insane.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't do anything.
But you guys just gave up?
He picked on me first every time and I answered everything right.
Muhammad Sana Ula.
What?
Muhammad Sana Ula. I don't know if I'm
Sana Ula? No. That's not, I don't know. Okay. So, let's get back to our workup sheet. We were slice acquisition and alignment. Okay, so in your MRImaster.com, scroll down and find a sagittal sequence. It says coronal here, scroll again, it says sagittal. Use this one as your guide for the sagittal sequence. Doesn't matter if the rest of the stuff is not matching what you're having in your course map. Just as long as it says sagittal, use this. Okay. So, it says the plant the sagittal slices on the axial plane and position the block parallel to the midline of the brain. You're gonna write that down. After you see position the block, the rest that comes is your slicing position and alignment. Parallel to the midline of the brain. On axial. Come on in.
Oh, sorry, wrong room.
Oh, right room, huh? Okay. All right, Alex.
Come on, Alex.
We were waiting for you yesterday.
I was here yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Not here.
At 4 o'clock. I'll meet you over there.
Hold up. Iced coffee's for you.
Well, I have one.
Water.
I'll drink a second one.
Water.
You
Yes.
just put in
Okay, you're fine with the alignment? Vivian, you too? Fine with the alignment and the position?
Yes.
Wrote
Mine
that
is
down?
still loading. I'm trying to get working.
The website?
Yeah. I don't know why the internet is storing.
What internet are you connected to?
Seriously, don't worry.
Student Wi-Fi.
so I'm moving on to the next part, anatomic coverage. So look for this sentence. Make sure the number of slices is sufficient to cover. Whatever comes after this is your coverage. The entire brain. You can write down the rest if you want. The entire brain from one temporal lobe to the other. Good? So now, go back to your announcement. You can save your sequence and then run it. But before running it, there's an error message. You have to go to sequence that is highlighted for you. First sequence, and then here in concatenation, bump it up to 2. Again, save, then run. Run this pulse, this one. And since you're running the sagittal sequence, click on your sagittal plane up here, so the new image comes instead of this one.
You know, like on MRI Master, when it's like parallel to something, the box have to be like right on that, right? Not like next to it.
The parallel has to be slices. The slices.
It's not the box. The FOV box is different, but
yeah, the
slices should be parallel or perpendicular.
So it will be like on that part, right? Not like next to it.
On that, okay. So, on the brain, you're asking about the brain or other anatomy?
Yeah, like one other too, because I was scanning all the part based on MRI, so I'm just looking like when it parallel. Let's say parallel to the midline of the brain, so it has to be like right on top.
So it says at first that plan your slices, sagittal slices on the axial plane. So what you're looking at is axial. And then it says it should be parallel to the midline of the brain. This line here is the midline of the brain. So slices are parallel to midline of the brain. Make sense? Okay, so did you run your sequence? Did your new image came up?
It's still loading.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Hit the run, the sequence. When you hit the run, afterwards, can you still change your concentrations number? No. I hit it before I changed it to the 2, so.
After you run the sequence, you cannot change anything in the sequence.
Actually, when do we have to change the slice thickness?
In here, never.
Never. So it's adjusted according
It
to.
just-
Oh, okay. Because sometimes
And
when
then
it
at your site, when you go for your extension, everything is set up, so you usually don't change that.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so now, while it's running, for the image that you have to draw here, when you are running a sagittal sequence, you do not draw the sagittal image here. Draw either coronal or axial. Okay? This is a rule for all of the sequences. If you are running a coronal, what do we do?
Draw either except for corona.
For coronal, what do you draw?
Anything but the corona.
Exactly. Good? Any questions on worksheet? And then when you are drawing your images, make sure to include the slices. Okay? For example, for this one that I ran, for the sagittal, I decided to draw the axial. I draw this image and then include a few slices on it. Okay, so after your image came up, the new one, scroll through it to make sure that you did a good job and you didn't cut anything, you have everything. And ready to move on to the next sequence? Okay, so the next sequence is going to be the chrono T2 TSC. Can you tell me what you're going to write down in your worksheet? What did you write for flip angle? 90. Slices? Okay, so don't write down the slices yet. Write down the thickness. And the rest of it. So whenever you're ready, just tell me what you write down for slice acquisition and alignment. Yes. But don't forget to write down on the sagittal. put in for anatomic coverage.
Entire brain from frontal sinus to occipital.
Very good. Okay, so after you're done with your worksheet, come back to course med. Okay, ready? Okay, look at here. So on your chrono, grab your field of view box, put it in the middle of the brain. So you have equal space on each side of the brain, like this. And then on your sagittal, make sure the slices are centered on the thalamus, here. Then scroll through your images and make sure that you cover the whole brain and you didn't cut any part. But on slice 15, right here, this is cutting. So that's why I would like to add more slices. You can grab your stack and bring it to the right a little bit, and then until it looks like this. So from right and left, both are covering the whole brain, not cutting it. Then also check on your axial. Make sure everything is covered. So in slices in your worksheet, write down 31. After this, you can save and run your sequence and click on your chrono for the new image to go instead of the old one. And what image are you drawing? include your slices in the image. Ready to move on to axial? Okay, so for axial, first thing that you check, your plane orientation. FOV box is on the axial, so this is right. Also check down here, it says transverse or axial, so it's correct. So now, grab the center point and put it in the middle of the brain. And on the sagittal, place it on the thalamus. And then don't forget that we have an angle in the slices in our axial. So, what are we angle our slices with? What are you doing now?
Corpus splenium. Or from
You
the
mix them all together, like
Oh. Yeah, you angle it from the genu down to the bottom of the
splenium.
splenium.
Wait, what is the name of the whole thing?
Corpus. Ah.
Corpus callosum.
Corpus callosum, yeah.
Okay, so this right here is the corpus callosum, and this one right here is the genu. This right here is the splenium. You are supposed to match genu to splenium. This is how you have to angle your slices. And how do you angle slices? You grab this white squares and angle it. I would bring it down and use this line as my guideline. And make sure that this part is touching this part. So this is a good angle. Splenium, genu. And then again, you grab it by the center point and place it on the thalamus. After that, you gotta scroll through your all your slices, all your images to make sure you didn't cut anything. One thing you need to pay attention is this one. The cerebellum is a little bit lower than the rest of the brain, so you may cut this part. So right now it's a little bit too tight, too close to the cerebellum. I like to go up 24 slices, so that way I'm sure I have covered everything. And the rest looks good. So now fill out your workup sheet and then you can save and run the sequence.